Hi and welcome. I'm Tracy from GrizzlieKnits and this is my knitting and crochet podcast. I'm so glad that you have joined me. It's been 2 weeks since I talked to you and I have just been knitting. That's nothing new. That's all I do. But I managed to get some finished objects, which I'm really excited to go through with you and share. And then I'm going to talk about whips. And I got a few things in the mail, a few things in person. Anyway, did I say who I am? Yes, I did. I'm Tracy from Toronto. I don't think I said that. Toronto, Canada. We're having a very gloomy day here. So the lighting was a little hard to get, but I think you can see me. I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing because I'm feeling the heat come. So I'm probably going to have to take it off. So what I'm wearing is one of my finished objects. It is called, and you know, my memory is all over the place, so I did make little notes. Okay, this one is the Mindfulness Shawl. It's a one skein project. And I absolutely loved making it. It is so, it's got that name for a reason. It's absolutely just, you know, meditative. You memorize it very quickly. You can bring it on the go, and it turns out it's all garter stitch. It turns out very squishy, and I love it. So that, I don't think I said who it's by. Okay. I'm going to be referring to my little book here. And this is the part of the podcast where I pretend I can see. So you'll see me going like this, or I'll put on my glasses. Let's see. Okay. The Mindfulness Shawl by Heike Gittins. So I probably said that wrong. Everything I talk about, I will write in the description box below so that you can look for yourself if you're interested in whatever I talk about. I do remember this was not on Ravelry. It was actually, where was it? Oh, okay. madewithloops.co.uk. So that's where you get this pattern from. Anyway, I loved it. I made it in 3 dog knit yarn. Yeah, 3 dog knits yarn. I went to a fiber festival in the spring, so I got a couple of her skeins. And this is Rain Dance. And this is all I have left from this. And then what I did is I wanted a contrasting edge, and it's a little picot edge, which was a lot of fun to do. And I had like some gray in my scraps. And I thought that looked nice together, and I did that. So that's my first finished object. It did not take long at all. I started it August 9th, and I finished it August 19th. So it was a great project. I would definitely do one again. Loved it. Okay, enough about that, because we have a lot to talk about. We're gonna be here all day, and I'm already getting hot. The shawl's off, now the sweater's off. That's all that's coming off, so don't worry, don't hide. Okay. What else do I have? Let's talk about dishcloths. I did another dishcloth. So I'm hosting Dish Along 2023, where you make 1 or more dishcloths per month, and you post it on Instagram with the hashtag DishAlong2023, and I am randomly pulling people for prizes, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I know some people have been like every month they're very focused, and they've been posting their dishcloths, and some people are just joining in. Whatever you want, it's just for fun. And so you have like a nice little stash of dishcloths when you're done. So I decided to try crocheting a dishcloth and see if I liked it. And I did. So let me tell you, because I just made this up really, So if you wanted to give it a try. So I used a 5mm hook and I chained 28 stitches, and it's single crochet, and that's all it is. But it was good practice for me because I wouldn't say new to crochet, but I would say like I'm a crochet struggler more than knitting. I don't know, knitting just it just makes perfect sense to me. Crochet does not make sense to me. I have a lot of trouble reading patterns, and I'm always off by a stitch, and then everything looks wonky, and I'm really working at it because I really do like it, but it's harder. So but things like this is great practice, and I'm really happy because I got my straight edge. Most of my things, I don't know, they go like because I guess I'm losing stitches or gaining stitches or doing something, but anyway, it was fun. And then I just did a little loop, like I chained, I think it was like 20 chains, and then just sewed it in. So that was fun. So I've done 2 dishcloths for August, and August is almost over. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, yarn. What did I use? I decided I wasn't really gonna buy very much cotton this year, so for my dishcloths. So I just grabbed, I had some of this. I don't even, oh no, I do know what it is. Paint box, I think it's called. And some pink that are a little bit too thin by themselves for a dishcloth. Like you'd want it a little bit squishier. So I just put them together. You can't really see, but in real life, it's got like a little nice striping action going on. So yeah, that's what I did. So that was finished object number 2, a dishcloth, and I did it in one day because I think we went somewhere. Yeah, I can't remember. We went somewhere and I just had a lot of knitting card time and got it done. I'm just gonna have a drink. Today I am drinking Tim Hortons like a good Canadian. I just drink tea in here. I don't really like coffee. But I drink as much caffeinated tea as any coffee drinker, so don't think I'm healthy or anything. Okay, next. Oh, I want to talk about my hat. So I was saying how I have quite a few men in my life, sons and my husband, and I have a brother-in-law, and I really want to make them hats, but I haven't fallen in love with like the perfect men's hat pattern until now. I found something I'm really excited to share with you. So I was looking on Ravelry, and it was the picture that grabbed me. So this is called Favorite Flannel Hat by Alica Plummer, and there's the picture, and I thought that's a nice hat. That is a good looking hat. So I got, and I've learned my lesson to only use acrylic, because I think I talked about this in the past. Boys with good intention of doing laundry scoop everything up, and hats, whatever, and then they wonder why their hat shrink. So we need acrylic. So I bought Heartland, and this is the smoky, yeah, well, hold on, I just want to give you the right color. Yeah, Great Smoky Mountain, and it's like a bit of a gray. It's got a little bit of white in it. It's kind of not showing up really great. And I read the reviews, and they were mostly if you use the biggest size. I think there's 4 sizes. The biggest size came out too big for a lot of people. So I used the second biggest size, and that worked out really well. So I used a 5mm needle. Here it is. And yeah, I did it quite quickly. So I'll just put it on just so you can see. the cuteness. Like, it's really cute. I mean, you could do, this is a unisex hat for sure, with whatever you would use. The thing I liked about it is I have one son who likes to wear it kind of like shorter on him, like that almost. And then I have another son who gets cold and likes his ears covered. And I mean, this just does it all. It's got a very easy pattern, very, you memorize it very quickly. I mean, you could even make it a slouchy hat too. Like that would look cute too. Like that. Okay, messed my hair enough for this episode. And yeah, so I loved it. And I'm gonna make more. So that was the favorite flannel hat. It is a paid for pattern, not inexpensive, but I thought if I love it, it'll be worth it. And it was. And it was very well written. Excellent. Okay, so we finished a hat. What else? What else? So much. Okay. Next. So a long time ago, like a long, wait, I wrote it down because I was shocked. I was shocked at myself. I started a baby blanket, a crochet baby blanket. Like it's even all the way at the beginning of my little book here. Yep, January 20th, I started a baby blanket. And my intention was to do just a big granny square to, again, gain more practice in the art of crocheting. I'm just moving some things around because I don't want to forget anything. It looks like a bomb went off in my craft room. Like, it's such a mess. It's a mess because I've been like almost frantic with my knitting. Like, I want to try this and I want to try that. But it's also a mess because I have so much to talk about today. Okay, where was I? I just distracted myself. Oh yeah, I had 2 balls of this yarn called, and I don't think they make it anymore, Ferris wheel, line brand. And it's kind of like, this is all I have left from what I'm going to show you. And this, it's like, you know, different colors, like, I wouldn't say gradient, but maybe, no, just different colors. And so I got 2 balls of that. And my intention was to use it, but then I also wanted to bring in some gray, and I had 1 ball of wool, just woolies. Look, it's so, the tag's even old, because I've had this in my stash for a long time. This is just a plain gray from Woolies. I think it's called Heather Gray. Oh, and this, I mean, if they don't make it anymore, you won't find it, but it's called Wild Violets. So I started this January 2nd, and I worked on it here and there, but I really didn't work on it a lot. So I thought, nope, you're gonna finish it and go with it. So I worked on it, and this is what we have. And I mean, I would say it's about as, like, it's, I think this is a nice size for a baby blanket. It's not too big. I would say it's probably more like, you know, a stroller blanket or a car seat, not car seat, like the bucket, car seat bucket, or even car seat, because it's not too big. So all I did was I did the granny square, and then I just kept going. And I really like that pattern, that idea. And then I just did single crochet for the edges. So I started with the Wild Violet, and then I brought in the gray. I wouldn't have had enough of the Wild Violet to do a whole blanket, so I'm happy with the gray. And then I brought back the Wild Violet, gray, and then I did the edging in the white, the Wild Violet. And I'm super happy with it. I had a little bit of yarn left, and I decided to make a bonnet to go with it. So for the numbers for the bonnet, I had patterns, lots of bonnet patterns, because I used to be a prop knitter, which means for photographers, I would knit props. And of course they were for newborns. So I have lots of newborn patterns. This one, I think, was from Lily Bees, which is Catherine. And she makes really cute patterns. And this was just like a basic bonnet pattern that came in different weights. So this is worsted weight. So I just did the worsted weight, and it is tiny. I mean, you'll have to, if I give this as a gift, it has to be like, we see the head. And I have to like package it all up. Too much information. But my point is, it has to be quick, because this is not going to fit anybody for very long. These are the ties. You obviously have to be careful when giving a bonnet. Any strings, don't leave babies alone, but I think parents would know that. You could maybe slip it into conversation if you're weary of the parents. But anyway, I thought it was super cute. It's gonna make a really nice gift for someone. No idea who. All right, so that was another finished object. And you know what was so satisfying? To have this left. Like, this is all I have left. And then I take this and I put it in my memory northeasterly blanket, which I will talk about soon. Okay, done, and I need another drink. So I complained that it's dark, hot, and I'm thirsty. Okay, next I have one more finished object, and I love it so much. I have shown it before. It is my Sunday morning shawl by Espace Tricot. And here it is. Oh, I got a little tail there. We'll fix that. It's hard to get it in the frame. The last time I showed it, I was on baubles. The baubles took me a long time, but so worth it. And then I did the edging. I didn't do the edging as long as the pattern called for, because I was like, I'm done. But I love it. I did enough that I'm happy. It is a beautiful pattern. Oh, I love it so much. And the yarn, I want to tell you about the yarn. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I had gotten 2 skeins. This is what's left. These 2 little guys of Birch and Lily. It's superwash merino, 20% nylon, in the terracotta, if you can see, terracotta colorway. The pattern needed a DK. This is fingering. So I decided to put it with some silk, mohair, Jeopard, kid Sita. And I got this at the Knitting Loft in Toronto. And it's funny because, I mean, you take a chance. Like, I don't know. I thought, am I gonna like this together? Like, you just don't know. And I mean, it came out absolutely beautiful. So it's a little fuzzy, and it's got some like tone definition. Anyway, beautiful. I'll probably wear it like, I wear my shawls both ways. I wear them like I'm 80. You know, you can wear it like this. That's very pretty. You can wear it like this. And then sometimes I do wear them like a scarf. You know, they're so good to wear anyway. Like that. Very happy with this. Honestly, it was just a joy. Okay, and those are my finished objects, so I'm happy about that. Okay, I'm gonna show you my whips, and I cast it on one new thing, and then I'll show you my purchases, if that's your thing. It is my thing. I love watching podcasters show what they bought. I don't know, it's exciting. Okay, let's start with first the Rosa cardigan. I've talked about this before, and I ran out of yarn. I did get my yarn from Holtz Garn. Is that how you say it? I always say it wrong. You know that. Ah, hold on. Where is everything? Oh no, I said it right. Holtz Garn. I did get it in the mail. I was talking about ordering off their website and how great it is, and it came in a week. So $13 shipping to Canada, and I'll show you what else I got. I got a few other colors, and you know, this is the second time I've ordered from them. Great service. And it's kind of nice. You get an email like from somebody Holtz. Like, it sounds like more of a family business, so that's kind of nice too. Okay, this is the Rosa cardigan by Avec along Anna. Why do I feel like I'm saying that wrong too? Okay, let's take a moment, shall we? Oh, it's right here. Rose cardigan by Along Avec Anna. I started this July 10th. I talked about it before. I had this took me a while. I am doing a cropped cardigan, and I am almost done with one sleeve. And I'm following the sleeve directions exactly. So there are decreases, and then I'm just about to go into some ribbing. And then I will continue with the other one. And we'll see. I don't have much to say about it. I can't say I'm like loving it. I don't know why. Maybe, I think I will when it's done. I don't know, I'm liking it, but I do feel like it's not my first choice to pull it out. Like, if I have some knitting time, I'm not like, yay, I'm gonna work on my Rosa cardigan. So I'm not sure why that is. But I definitely need to keep going, because I think I'm gonna be very, very happy with the final product. Oh, and this is in my Amy's Noble Character Craft bag. All right, so that's living in there. I don't think it'll be done in 2 weeks when I see you next, but you never know. We'll see. Okay, next, socks. I lost my sock mojo for a little bit, and then I got it back. So my socks are living in Daisy Girl. This is a cute little camper van bag with a little peekaboo window. So cute. So I am doing my own pattern, 2 at a time, 13-inch needles, like that. My favorite way of doing socks is this. So I started with 56 stitches. I did 15 rows in a gray, and then I'll talk about this yarn in a minute because it's very special. And I was starting to lose mojo, and then I'm like, I'm gonna do something really out of my box. And I grabbed, I used to get Row 1 minis. It's a subscription box where you get little minis. What is it, 10 minis? 10 minis a month from a different dyer. It was so much fun. Oh, I loved it. And I still have some, so I just grabbed one, and this is so not me. Like, bright pink and bright colors, and thought, I'm just gonna do it. And it brought back my mojo. Like, I was so excited to do this. So that's been really, really nice. I have this much left. which I think I'm gonna bring into the toe and stripe it. The pattern I'm doing is very simple. It's just knit 1 row, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So rib and then knit, rib and knit. And it gives a really nice kind of stretchy pattern to it. And the main yarn was dyed up by by Daphne and Erica of RoseOpal Knits. They have dyed yarn in the past, and then this was gifted to me from them, and it is so pretty. Just a fingering weight yarn. It has grays in it and pinks, and it's just knitting up beautifully. So it's really special. You can see. Yeah, so I got my mojo back, which was really nice. I have 2 more inches. Luckily, I have small feet. I have 2 more inches left, and then I have the toe. So I'm going to state these will be done by the next podcast, and then probably some other socks will be on the needles. And this will probably be my last, I think, summer sock camp. That's Knit Along, hosted by the Crazy Sock Lady, and I'm pretty sure it ends August 31st, which is Thursday. So this will be my 4th pair of socks this summer, which spring, which feels good, and that's a lot for me. And that'll be it. So yeah, so that's good. Okay, next. Okay, another whip that I've been working on is the Rove Cardigan by Heidi May. Shows a child, but Heidi May does all her patterns in all different sizes, like, you know, baby to different adult sizes. And I had a lot of worsted weight knit crate. Oh, it's about the same color. Yarn in kind of like a gradient blues. So I decided to do Heidi May's sweater in that striped pattern. So here it is. It's all garter stitch, which is nice and squishy. This is the back, this is the front. This is it so far. This is where I was last time I podcasted, so 2 weeks ago. It's a little teacup, a teapot. I don't even know where I got this. It's so cute. And so I did all this. I am not making it a crop. I'm hoping to get it a longer length, but I have to just be kind of careful with my yarn because Knit Crate has gone out of business, as you know, and I can't get any more. But this is it so far. I'm really enjoying it. And we'll see about the sleeves, how far I can get. So it's kind of like, we'll wait and see sweater, how we do. Anyway, this is it. It's going well. Her instructions are really good so far, and we will see what happens. And I have it in just, I think I got this bag just on Amazon years ago, but I still really like it. I don't love zippers, I'm noticing. I like the ties better, but it's cute. Okay, what else? All right, so the 2 sweaters I want to show you. Let me just look on my whips. 2 sweaters, socks. Okay. I've been talking in my past episodes about I wanted to start some sort of memory blanket. The cozy memory blanket I did start, but I didn't want that as a memory blanket. I wanted that more like I was choosing the colors. So I came across the Northeasterly blanket, which is a very pretty design by Skinanigans, that's how you say it. And it looks like this. You can kind of see. and I decided that would make a really cool memory blanket. So I'm doing it as a DK weight. So if I have yarn from a project that's fingering, I just doubling it up. So I am putting all my project yarn, the leftovers, into this blanket, and it's so much fun. So because I'm starting kind of late to the game, I'm going through my book and just trying to find those yarns in my stash and bringing those in. So the last time I showed you, I was somewhere here. I think I had finished this whole row. Let me show you. Here it is. So every square except for this one is from a project that I made in 2023. I love this. What I've decided is the cream color is going to break up my years. So I'm obviously not going to be finished this in 2023. So January I will put in this, and then when I look at it, I'll just know that that just breaks up the years. So I wanted to start adding on. I'm going to grow this. This is not long enough, but I just wanted to try out joining it. And I have to tell you, I had a lot of trouble. So I went on, she has, Skinanigans has a tutorial, and guys, I couldn't do it. I don't know what it did. It looked sloppy. I didn't like it. Then I went on some others that have made the northeasterly blanket, and I didn't like it. No, not that I didn't like it. I didn't like how I was doing it. And I almost gave up. Not on the blanket, but I was just gonna do strips and sew them together. But I was quite like angry at myself, like, why can't I get this? Why can everyone get this and I can't get this? Then I remembered the knitting god, Stephen West. And I had bought the fragmentation shawl pattern when it came out. Haven't done it yet. And it's the same kind of idea, because I mean, I'll put a picture of that shawl up for you. As you can see, you have to join columns basically. And you know Stephen, you know what kind of teacher he is. He's the best teacher. I think he could teach me anything in the world. If he taught me, I think I'd get it. And I followed how he was joining the columns in the fragmentation shawl, and we got it. We got it, people. So this is the front, a really nice, neat join, and then the back looks nice too. And I'm happy because it's easy and it's fun. I love it. This section brings me so much joy. We went in, earlier this year, we went to St. Lucia, and these are the two, I brought a shawl and I brought socks. And like when I look at this, I love it. I just remember, oh, you know, we went away on vacation. I worked on these projects. Like, this is so sweet, so much fun. And I'm trying to get organized with it. So I don't have too much more to add in. I'm keeping it in my Jenna Rose bucket. She's a Canadian bag maker. And it's just amazing. So like, for example, I finished the Mindful Shawl, and I'll just put it in. And I finished my set, my crochet set, and I just pop it in. So it's like, it's so good. And what else am I gonna say about it? I think that's it, but I'm enjoying it, really enjoying it. So hopefully I can keep up with this, not get too far behind, but really once I'm caught up, I mean, how many objects do I actually finish in a week? Like, if I'm lucky, 1 or 2. So it doesn't take much to put it in. Right now, this is my 30 minutes of knitting, which was a phrase coined by the Crazy Sock Lady to see how much progress you can get on one project for 30 minutes. And it's like, I've talked about this before, it's amazing, it's a miracle. Like, so this is the first knitting I do. So in the morning when I've done all my million things that I have to do, as soon as I sit down to knit, it's this. And I look 30 minutes and I don't want to put it down after 30 minutes. It's so much fun. So then I'm going to think about what I'm going to put in place of this for the next 30 minutes. We'll see. Anyway, that's that. And I have one more thing I started I wanted to show you. Okay, back to crochet. Where is the bag? Oh, here it is. Back to crochet. I wanted to keep up with my crochet, and I wanted to do a blanket like that blanket I showed you, but adult size, like really big. So I mentioned before that I was a prop knitter for years. So I have, let me just take it out. I have quite a lot of this. This is Drops Air, and it is Concept by Katia. And they're beautiful yarns, very soft. They made perfect baby knits. But I don't want to hang on to all this like just for baby knits, because sometimes I don't even feel like making baby knits out of this. So I have a lot. So I thought, how would it look if I started an adult blanket with it? So I'm using a 5mm crochet hook, and I've talked about this before. I don't care what kind of crochet hook it is. It has to be flat in the middle. That's just my thing. So I started this one night. Oops. And I'm loving it. It is good. It is so good. And I have to tell you about a trick that is changing the game. I got this trick from Amy from Noble Character Crafts, who I think she got it from It Is a Sarah, which is another podcast, that when you make your granny square, so make your granny square, like let's say make one row, flip it, make your second row, flip it, make your third row. I have never done this before, and it is so you don't have a wonky granny square. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. And guys, this is the straightest granny square I've made. There's no like good side, bad side, because you're flipping. And I'm just loving it. So this, I would say this would be my next 30 minutes of knitting, but I like working on it at night. I'm finding on the couch when we're starting watching our shows, our lineup of shows, my husband and I. And so I don't know if it'll be my 30 minutes. I don't know what it's gonna be. I love it. It is so much fun and so relaxing. So definitely look into the flippage. I haven't heard that before, to be honest. And try it. Just try it. Okay. I mean, Amy can't go wrong. Have you seen some of her blankets? They're mind-boggling. She's just an incredible crocheter. Okay, and then I'm clearing out a nice little basket for this to go in, because I'm not into, this isn't pretty. It's gotta be pretty. Okay, so those are all the things I've been working on and done. So I'm gonna talk about some things that I bought. Not a lot. Oh, no, you know what? Before I talk about things I bought, I do want to talk about one thing. I talked about RoseOpal Knits, and they have a Discord group, and it is free, and it's lots of fun. People chat over there about you know, their finished projects and all sorts of things. And they also, what else do? They have a Zoom. They have Zooms. Sadly, I have missed everyone this summer because something has come up. But I'm hoping to get to one. But anyway, where was I going with this? Yes, they are starting Make Along. It's called Autumn Vibes, and it's in their Discord group. Anyone can join, and it's DK socks. And I think it's for like a month, and there's prizes, and you post your pictures, and it's just going to be sweet and fun. So go to their podcast to learn more about it, or email them, RoseOpalKnits.com. Anyway, it'll be on their website or their podcast, and ask about their Zoom, or ask about or join the Discord group. That's probably the best thing. So I want to just show you what I had in mind for me, because I do want to join. I was thinking I have 2 balls of this DK Way Sidar Snuggly, and it is in the squirrel colorway, and I thought, like, that is so autumny. And I realized I have never done solid socks. I don't think, maybe one, but I don't think many. I always do like different colors, or different colors for the cuff or the heel or all that. So I'm gonna find a pattern. I have a few of the Crazy Sock Lady really pretty patterns that I don't think used, and I'm gonna do a really pretty pattern. And this is gonna be my DK socks, and I'm gonna start those September 23rd, which will be here before you know it, the way time is flying. Okay, one more sip, and then I have a few things to show you. Okay, so my order came in of my Holtz garn. Let me show you what else I got. I just got a few things. I got 3 balls of this. I'm really liking the Coast, what do you call it? I don't want to say brand, Coast collection. I don't know. It's 55%, let me show it. 55% lamb's wool and 40% cotton. It is super soft, really pretty. And I got the warm brown. I don't know what I'm doing with this. And then I got 1 ball in the mustard color. This is the Tides, which is the 70% wool, 30% silk. Really soft. And I don't even know if I'm gonna do this, but I have in my stash a Full Moon Fiber sterling colorway. And I just thought that looks really pretty for a shawl. So it might be a shawl. Okay, so that came in the mail, and then there was a trunk show at a nearby knitting shop that I have recently found and fallen in love with, called Unwind Yarn. It's in Newmarket, which is probably about, not even 15 minutes from me, which is pretty dangerous to have something that close. So I am trying to only go there for special occasions. And I have been wanting to try, and I wrote down the name because you know me and names, the Manchalope. So a lot of people have loved this. If you follow Ozetta, it smells so good. If you follow Ozetta, she is a knitwear designer. She has a very like rustic, earthy vibe to her. She actually works with them and does a lot of her work with them. Anyway, when I was there, I spoke to the lady, Lucinda, who brought all the trunk show over from Montreal. And she works for Wool Dreamers. I think she has her own knitting shop. I don't know. This could all be wrong. I have a feeling it might be wrong, but it might be right. Let's go with the right. And so she works with Wool Dreamers, and that's where this is from. So I've wanted to try it for a while, but I wanted to feel it, because if it was too scratchy, it would be no good for me. But it's very, very soft. She gave the advice that it does break at the beginning into, when you're casting on, relax. Don't get too excited or it will break. Once you start knitting with it, you'll get your groove and everything's going to be fine, and it doesn't break when it's knit or anything like that. So I am still a tiny bit unsure if I can wear this next to my skin. So we talked and we came up with the brilliant idea of making a vest. So I will put in a picture here of the vest that I want to make, and she found it with me online, and I think it's going to be really pretty, and we'll see how I like this. I will report back. So I got that, and then I got this gorgeous skein of yarn. Look at this. I'm not a big color person. This needed to live with me. It needed to come home with me. It is the Arroyo. It's DK. And it is 100% superwash merino wool. So to be completely honest, I thought this was a sock yarn because I was looking at a bin that said sock yarn DK, and I was thinking of RoseOpal Knits knit along, and then I grabbed this from a bin underneath, and I didn't read probably or whatever. I don't even know. I'm not mad. So this won't be socks because there's no nylon in it, but this is going to be something magical. Just don't know what yet. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so that is it. Tomorrow's going to be a very exciting day in my life because we are going, my husband and I are going to Fiber Spirit, and this is a big yarn festival in Barrie, Ontario. If you're there, come say hi to me, and I'll be walking around looking like overwhelmed like everybody else. So I have to start thinking, okay, what is it you want? I was gonna say need, but that's silly. What is it you want? I do want a bag, a project bag. I don't have any fall or holiday themed project bags. A girl needs that. And we'll see what else. I'm scared because it's heaven. But we'll be responsible. I've got my husband there to reel me in. And that's it. So this was a bit of a long one, but thank you for spending your precious time with me. And I hope that you have a great, I think, probably 2 weeks. We'll see. I didn't podcast last week because, to be honest, I felt like I didn't have enough. I don't know. It was like in that second week that things just were flying off the needles and packages came in and all this stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I have a lot, maybe I will do one because you guys have said you like the shorter weekly ones. So that's really nice. So either I'll see you next week or the week after. Have a great time with whatever you choose to do. And it's the end of the summer. So fall's coming, and it's going to be sweater weather, our favorite time of year. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.